Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, something big is going to go down. Finally, I'm going to make a childhood dream come true, build my ultimate gaming setup. It's been years in the making, or should I say years in the making. The dream was 4 years now, and I haven't built an actual PC for at least 10 years, and even then that PC was a very low cost, maybe $500 PC max. So yeah, this is going to be a different challenge on a different level. Hope it will turn out well. I've been waiting for these parts for around like 3 weeks now, maybe. And it was a bit of a hustle getting all of them, especially trying to get them as cheap as possible. You know how PC parts prices are, especially with RAM, with graphics cards. Yeah, things got out of hand a bit, actually, to be honest. It's going to finally happen. I don't know even where should I start. For the PC case, I went with the Thermaltake View 380 XL WS ARGB case. It's the black with the wood trim on it on the front. I hope it will look pretty good. So far what I saw on the internet, it looked damn nice, so I hope it will tie in here with everything else. Keeping in mind that so far I don't have an actual gaming space. I game in my living room on a TV. I am fortunate enough to have 4K OLED TV, a pretty high refresh rate, 120 Hz refresh rate. So yeah, that's what I'm currently gaming on. For now, it will be okay. Maybe, who knows, in the future I will be able to make myself a small gaming corner. But until then, this case will have to do. For the motherboard, I went with the ASUS ROG Strix X870E E/E gaming Wi-Fi. I don't know who names these products. That extra E in there, I don't know why that's there. Nevertheless, it will be interesting because I will have to flash the motherboard before everything, because when I picked every piece out or every part out on PC Part Picker, it gave me a bit of an issue for the CPU and this motherboard, meaning that I might have to update it before installing it in because out of compatibility issues. But theoretically it should work well. So yeah, has some nice big VRM coolings, bit of RGB on it actually. It has a lots of stuff on it, like 13 IO ports, a lot of expansion slots. It's built for an ATX. For storage it has PCI Express 5. It has 2 ports and another 3 ports actually, M.2 ports. So yeah, that's for PCI 5, another 2 ports for PCI 4, Express 4, so we can put in a lot of storage, which we are going to do, let's say a lot. And we're going to install 2 Samsung 990 SSDs in it, NVMe SSDs, 1 terabyte and another one of 4 terabytes. So I hope it will be enough for now, because recording gameplays, it's taking up a lot of space, and I also do all sorts of video editing work, so yeah, we're going to need the space. I picked out this motherboard because this was looking out to be the best option from what I had in a certain price range, because I didn't want it to go too overboard with it. For the CPU, maybe I went overboard, but hey, I wanted this PC to be bulletproof and also future-proof, so I went with the Ryzen 9 9950 X3D. Theoretically the best gaming chip out there that's also handling gaming and productivity. At the moment of recording, the X3D2 is out already also, so theoretically that is the best, but still, for me this will be the best. For RAM, I went with 64 gigs of Kingston Fury RGB memory. It is a 6000 mega transfers and CL30 rated, so it will be fast. I also bought a ASUS TUF Gaming fan hub because we'll be putting in a lot of fans into the PC, so I had to buy one. This arrived yesterday, so it was on a real short notice. For the CPU cooling, I'm going with the Arctic, what's it called? Arctic Liquid Freezer 360 Pro ARGB, black, of course. This is going to be a primarily black build with RGB hints in it, but it's not going to be a normal RGB. That was a dog coughing, in case you heard that. It's not going to be a normal RGB build because I'm going to try and tune in the RGB colors with the wood panel on the case, maybe darker orange or something like that. We'll see. For the power supply unit, it's the Corsair RM1000X from the 2024 model, I believe. And for the Le Piece de Résistance part of the PC, I went with the GeForce RTX 5080 from MSI, the gaming trio. So yeah, hopefully it will get the job done. Reviews are good on this bad boy here, so I'm going to game mainly in 1440p, occasionally 4K or 4K with DLSS. I'm trying to push the graphics card to its max so that I have very good graphics qualities and still have a bit of headroom to record. The NVENC in it should be pretty powerful enough to handle recording and gameplay, but yeah. Oh, and I forgot, or at least I almost forgot, we are going with 9 additional extra fans. They are from Arctic as well. 6 reverse fans and the standard fan. This will go on the case's back, and the reverse fans will go 3 in the front portion and 3 in the bottom portion of the case. Hope you don't fall down. This is my... Oh, and I bought the thermal paste because I read somewhere on the internet that the Arctic Liquid Pro liquid freezer comes with what's it called, MX4 or 5 thermal paste, and I bought the MX6 just to have it here. But now that I got the actual product, it has included the MX7, so we'll see. Theoretically it should be even better. I say we jump into it and start my dream build. Hope it will be a bumpy ride, I bet. I will also use a bit of help from Ed from TechSource. I will be going through his video just to be sure I don't mess up anything, because we don't want to mess up anything at this price point. It's actually he that inspired me to try and build a gaming PC after so many years. So yeah, shout out to Ed. Okay, let's not take up any more of your time. Let's jump straight into it. Ta-dum, ta-dum, ta-dum. How do we take you out? Okay, so this comes out with this. Papers. Maybe a manual. Again, back to the paper. Ooh, okay. Let me just take that out. Okay, we have cables, connectors in here. Maybe a sticker. Oh my god, look what we've got here, guys. Look what we have got here, guys. This has to be an ROG. Yep, it's an ROG keychain. Nice. Let me open this up first. I'm actually happy for this. I can show off that I'm a gamer. Alright, wait. Oh, it has a nice touch to it. Oh, the whole thing is embroidered. It's not printed or anything. Nice. Shout out ROG. Maybe one day they will sponsor me. Haha. Okay, this will go onto my key. Cables, zip ties. Yep, zip ties, exactly. A lot of cables, plugs. I have no idea what they are going to be used for, but I bet the manual will clear things up for us. Nothing in here. Ooh, stickers. Okay. I don't know where I'm going to put these on because I wouldn't want to put them on the PC, but I will definitely put these stickers somewhere. Yeah, instruction guidebook. Okay. Quick start guide actually. Nice. This has to be warranty, user guide, stuff like this. No one reads it, of course. No one reads it. And oh, the Wi-Fi antenna. Because this has Wi-Fi 7. I don't want to. Yeah, Wi-Fi 7. As you can see it, guys. Wi-Fi 7 there. For a second, I didn't want to say any stupid thing. But yeah, it's Wi-Fi 7. Oh, nice looking antenna. I never had a PC that has an antenna, actually. I will be 100% honest with you guys. Where is the camera here? So this will be standing something like this. What we will see it in the build. I will have to use it because my current setup is on Wi-Fi. Maybe in the future I will make it to be wired, but so far it is a Wi-Fi setup for me. This is the motherboard. It's heavy, guys. And especially in the VRM part of it here, I feel that's where most of the weight is. Let's open this. Oh my god. Oh my god, guys. Let me put this down here so I don't break anything. And look at it. Look at that, guys. What a beauty. What an actual beauty. Whew. Okay. It has a foam backing. Here, I don't know how to hold this. See, it has a foam backing. We will keep this here until we work our way around it. Does it really have a dedicated push button to start it up here? Look at that, guys. It has a button there. Let me pull off a few more stickers here, just because we can do it. This is from the VRM. This is also with RGB in it. Okay, that's that. We also have a sticker here. This is for caution. Let's see, what does that say? Ah, this is for the PCI lane for the graphics card. Come on. Damn, that's stuck on there really good. Ooh, these coolers are so chilly. Nice. So it says, caution, only remove the expansion card from the end closest to the motherboard rear I/O ports. So that's from there. Okay. We won't be needing this now. Another sticker here somewhere if I can get it. So satisfying. And how do I get this one? Only when we open these, maybe. I will peel it off from the other side. They just can't mess with me. Almost. Aha. We got it, guys. Success! Nice. Oh, and here are all the I/O ports. And also the rear I/O port has a sticker on it. Let me peel it off for you guys too as well. So satisfying to peel these off. I always wanted to peel off these stickers from a newly bought Porsche, but hey, beggars can be choosers. This will be my Porsche. Okay, let's jump into it, guys. Let's start assembling this beast. AMD Ryzen 9000 series 9950 X3D. As you can see, what a beauty. I hope my light isn't too bright or too in the face. Let's open this one up too as well. Also sorry about my voice, but I managed to catch a cold or at least a sinus infection. So that's why my voice is like this. I don't need the box for now. What a beautiful thing. Let's take them out. Let's open it up. Hopefully I don't drop it on the floor. I'm afraid I'll drop it on the floor, and I don't want that to happen, especially with the price of this bad boy. What a beauty. I hope that I get to show it somehow, that it doesn't get affected by my lighting here. What a thing of beauty. Okay, so let's start. First step, we are releasing the motherboard clamp here. So I'm actually shaking, guys. I'm so terrified. These are the pins. Oh, the pins. That's where we install the CPU, and hopefully we don't bend those pins. Okay, let's take out carefully our CPU again. Hopefully I'm not dropping it on the ground. Let me touch something metal just in case. Let's open this beauty up and pick it up. Oh my god, so terrifying. Ah. We pick it up and we align it, hopefully well enough. Lord save me and help me. Hopefully it's aligned. Okay. I don't know if it should be moving around a bit, but mine's a bit wobbly. Let me show you what I mean by wobbly. It has a slight wobble in it, but let's hope I seated it in right. It looks seated in okay. The arrow is towards the arrow there. The cutout is in the cutout zone, so yeah, let's hope it's okay. Let's close the lid on it and we'll see. Let's put the lid back down on it. I don't know if it's okay this way. Let's hope it is. We place this down. We make sure that this latches onto it, or at least it should. I hope it's seated in okay. I don't know if it has to go down deeper or anything like that. Let's make a cross. Lord have mercy on us and help us. Okay, latch on to that and fingers crossed. This came off. Phew. I think we did it, guys. Fingers crossed. I hope we did it. I hope we did it correctly, at least. So it should look something like that. Since we are here, this is not necessarily the next step, but since we are here, we can do this also. We can, let me hold it like this, we can unscrew these, because this is where we are going to use the brackets provided by the Arctic AO cooler, because we have to replace the brackets. So that I do know that we have to take off. I tried to watch a lot of tutorial videos also already, just so I don't screw up anything. The only thing I didn't see in other tutorial videos is that CPU wobbling issue and the lid closing so hard on it. But maybe it should close this hard, I don't know. So we don't need these and we don't need these. Make sure, guys, the screws are always all the way out. And when you tighten stuff, always remember, tight is tight, too tight is broken. So now introducing our RAM, Kingston Fury. Why do I keep closing this up? I don't know. So let's open this bad boy up. Okay. Oh, what a beauty. Ain't it a beauty? Looking good. Hoping I won't drop it down. Oh man, nice. Very lightweight, cool to the touch. I hope the RGB will be nice in it. Okay, let's start to mount these bad boys in. For our next step, we can go ahead and plug in the RAM sticks. We are going to plug it into the second and the fourth channel, depending on where you look at it. This is the second, this is the fourth, and they are also labeled. They are labeled somehow, but I don't know where I saw those labels. Maybe on another motherboard. Nevertheless, we are going to put them in there because that's where, from my understanding, that is where the computer take, or the motherboard will use the max out of the RAM sticks or something like that. So we unlatch these for the second one and for the fourth one. Sorry. These two channels work together to get the best compatibility between two dual channel RAM sticks. Okay, let's take out the first one. I already took you out once. How come you went back in? So good. I have to stand up. Please stand up. Please stand up. Let me shine some light here so that we can see shit. Now I'm a bit confused of the orientation. I think it has to go in like this. I don't think we can plug it in like this. No, it actually... Nope, it doesn't fit in like that. So it fits only like this. Okay. So we put that in, and theoretically the most satisfying part should come now, the click. Did it click all along? Hopefully. The motherboard box is kind of soft here, and maybe that's why it didn't went in on the first try. But theoretically it should be in. It should be seated in. I saw a lot of videos where they pushed it and they broke the RAM stick. So that would be terrifying for us to happen. Hopefully God is good, and I know that he's good, but he will be good with me now also and spare us from any expensive mishaps and mistakes. RAM stick number 2 going in. Okay. Now it's in. I don't know why I didn't want to latch in all together. But theoretically we are in. I forgot to do the motherboard flash. Damn it. I hope I don't have to take out the CPU now. Oh, damn it. I forgot literally the first step. First step was to do a flashback on the motherboard so that it would be 100% compatible with the 9950 X3D chip. Of course I forgot, and then I started the CPU. That was very terrifying for me when I saw how it was jiggling in there, and I managed to get in the RAM sticks, and I remember that we didn't do the flashback and I didn't want to pull everything out. But thankfully ChatGPT came in clutch, and yeah, I still could do the flashback with everything in it so far. So I did a quick flashback on it. Sorry I did it off camera, but I was so terrified, and I got carried away that I forgot to film everything. I just wanted to get over with it. So yeah, I will leave a link down in the description what video to watch if you have to do this yourselves. It's not hard, it's not complicated at all, but still I was in a hurry, I forgot, and I did it without a camera. It's not hard, believe me guys, so you can easily do it yourselves as well if you will need to do it. Okay, let's continue our little build here. Next step, the two SSDs. By the way, in the intro I know that I mentioned that it's the Samsung 990 NVMe, but it's actually the 990 Pro, so even better. We have 7,450 megabyte per second transfer up to read speed, so this will be a really fast drive. I'm going to use a 1 terabyte for the C drive, the Windows stuff that I download from Chrome, etc., etc. But this will be the main drive for the Windows. That. What do we have here? Okay, so we will open that one. Oh, what a tiny little fella. Okay, and this is the 4 terabyte one. I believe it's the same thing, only a larger capacity, storage capacity. Let's see. Exactly. I can't wait to see how these boys perform. Okay, let's put these into the PC then. I had to do a bit of digging up on this matter because I just figured that, oh, I'll put the SSDs here, 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 and because these three ports where these three big heat sinks are, these are the free NVMe M.2 Gen 5 ports, and down here are other two ports, but these are Gen 4 ports. And oh, I thought that I'm going to put all my SSDs in here, but these two are actually in line and in sync with the PCI Express port for the graphics card, so they share the same lane to the motherboard and the CPU. And from what I understand, if I put in a expansion here, what's it called, an SSD in here, it will split the lanes. It won't be a 16 lane anymore, it will be only an 8 lane from now on then, and we don't want that. So what I decided to do is we're going to put here the 1 terabyte SSD that's going to be for the Windows and all that stuff and apps, and we are going to install here the second SSD, the 4 terabyte one, that will house my editing stuff, my games, etc. Okay. Phew, I'm nervous. It's going a lot harder than I thought it would go, but the end result is the final thing that will make us happy. I hope I seated in these RAMs correctly. Okay, so let's pick out the 1 terabyte one. Exactly. I just put my hand right on it. Okay, so this is the 1 terabyte one. This releases easily. You just push on it, clack, and you open it. Damn, this is a big heatsink. I don't know if you can see it clearly, guys. We were going to have to pull this off, but first, let's check out what do we have here. So, we have to remove this somehow. We have to peel that off. Let's see if this helps us. And they are only contact pads, so that they work in sync with the heat sinks, and we can plug it in. But first I see that I'm missing a screw from there, or I don't need a screw. Okay, so it has a quick latch, so we don't need a screw. Nice thing, actually a really nice thing. So let's put this in, and this goes in. I don't know if you can see that in videos. They look pretty straightforward, but you always have to put them in somehow slightly slanted. It doesn't go straight in, it goes in a bit like this, a bit slanted. So it's in. As you can see, it, let me bring it up. See? It doesn't sit straight. So now we push it down. We use this latch here. Why won't it go in? Remember, guys, you have to put it all the way in. Joke. Not joke, but really. So that's in, it's seated, the latch caught on. Now we peel off the other heatsink or the other patch from the contact pad, and we can install this back. This goes in like this and it latches in. or at least on this particular setup. Click. We can check it slightly if it's firmly in, but it's not jiggling, it's not moving, so that is in. Okay, so the first SSD is in. We don't need this box right now. I will check what are in there. And the second one, this is the 4 terabyte one. This will go in here. So we will unscrew this. That's one screw. That's a second screw. We are going to take this heatsink off. Ooh. Okay, so same story as before. How does this connector work? It's the same. Oh, you have to bend it down, or yeah, you bend it down. Interesting. So it's the same stuff as before. SSD goes in a bit slanted. We make sure that it is in. Always make sure it is in, guys. Okay, it's fully in. We push it down. We pull back the lever. Click. And it's latched in. And now for the heatsink plate, it goes in, I believe it goes in like this. I didn't mess up. Okay, it goes in like this. This also has a bit of contact patch in here. We won't take the second one down because we are not putting anything there. We are carefully placing it back, of course. It won't be that easy, but maybe I manage somehow. This is better, okay. And we are tightening it one by one. Okay, let's see how this one is. This is tight. And this is tight as well. Okay, done. We have the SSDs installed. Yay! Phew. This is one part done. So until now, recap. We installed the CPU, we installed the 2 RAM sticks, and now we installed my SSDs. Next big step, should I say, is putting on the thermal paste on the CPU, putting on the CPU cooler. Before that, we will insert the brackets. We will tighten those down. We will insert the CPU cooler. We will plug in the GPU, plug in the necessary cables to start it up to see if it boots into BIOS. I will plug it into the TV and we will turn it on to see if it boots into BIOS. If it boots into BIOS and we have everything on the screen, that means we are A-OK. And we can unplug the cables and proceed into mounting it into the case and finishing our build. Hopefully everything goes as planned and we don't have any issues. And I'm still afraid for that CPU. I hope I didn't mess it up. So for the CPU cooler, as I told you, I went with the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 Pro. It's a 360 millimeter AO cooler, RGB. And yeah, here is the MX7 included. Wish I would have known that before buying the MX6, but nevertheless, who knows, maybe I screw up the thermal paste applying and I will need another thermal paste. So yeah, I've been hearing a lot of good things about this cooler. For the price point that it's at, it's actually a really great cooler and it looks great. And being that I went with the other coolers as well with Arctic, they will tie into each other very nicely. The box is fairly simple. Fan specs, cooler specs. Here, as you can see, nothing special. Arctic.de. I didn't know that these were a German brand. I actually didn't know. Voila. Online manual. Because why not? Let's not cut down any more trees, since we are also already living in a fairly online world. We don't need any more physical manuals. We don't need to cut so many trees. Save the world. Let's see what's in the first box. I hear it rattling. So I bet that these are the supports or the mounting brackets for, yep, this is the mounting, and there's the paste. And this is the mounting bracket for my AM5, because I bought this for an AM5. Does it somewhere say that it's for an AM5? AM5, AM4. It also goes for Intel. Why did I only get one mounting bracket then? Does this mount also for an Intel one? Interesting. We'll see when we will get in there. Wait. Yep. A different mounting bracket, and this is for the Intel one, I believe. Damn, it looks so nice. Yes, this definitely is for the Intel one. Do you hear that, guys? Oh, that is so nice. But I don't think we will be using that. But we'll see. We will check the manual. The online manual. And to take this bad boy out, hopefully I don't destroy it. It wouldn't be a happy day for me. Too far. Oh yeah. I managed to get it out without any problems or any issues. Let's throw out the box. We don't need that for now. Okay, this is the magnetic fan head for the AO pump. Oh, this does have a sticker on it. Nice. We will peel it off after we mount it. Oh, and there's an actual little fan inside there. Do you see that, guys? Actual little fan. Nice. And this plugs on magnetically, and I think it gets current also magnetically. So the fan will work on itself after we put this on. But we will see. Okay. Here's the actual pump head and CPU cooler part. We don't need this. I'm so afraid to work on this. I will be 100% honest with you guys. Because all of this is very expensive. That's one. Two, and I told you I didn't build a PC for a while. So, warning label here. Where is the camera? Warning label, please peel off. Label before you use it. Yeah, I saw people applying CPU coolers without taking down the foil on it. So yeah, let's see how this goes. Okay, so we have the cable. This will plug into the motherboard, I believe. And this is where this part goes on magnetically. It's either like this or like, damn it, how does this goes on? Like this. You see, that's how it will. Oh, it has a strong magnet. Okay, we will be pulling off stickers and stuff. Yeah, I'm very excited for this. I don't know how to hold this without damaging lines. Oh my god. I know it's maybe not brittle or something, but still, I'm very afraid. Look at that beauty. Arctic. Damn, it's a big AO. I heard that it's very thick. Also with the fans, it's extra thick. Initially, I went with a different case. I wanted to go with the AH Flow 6, the NZXT H Flow 6. Well, what's it called? Was it NZXT? Never mind. Something with the H6 flow. And I ended up going with... Ooh, is that damage? That may be a tiny bit of damage in there. Right there, I don't know if you can see it, but one fin is bent. My eyes are taking up everything. From what I know, it's not a used product. I don't think I bought a used product. No, it has the sticker on it, so it cannot be used. Still, I hope it won't have any issues with it. Oh yeah, it's a thing of a beauty. Okay, let's mount the cooler onto the CPU, and we also need to mount it first because I want to do a test bench startup on it so that we see that the PC is working without before installing it into the case, so we don't have to take everything out. But fingers crossed that everything works correctly, and we have to put this AO cooler on before because the CPU will heat up really fast if we don't put it. So yeah, it will be interesting then mounting the what's it called, the motherboard into the PC case with this already mounted on it. We are going to proceed with installing the AO cooler and the CPU pump. I did some digging around. It caused a little bit of panic again. Story of my life. There's a QR code on the box of the AO cooler, of the Arctic cooler. There's a QR code and it opens their site where they have instruction manuals, videos, compatibility list, which is weird coming at this point. So as I told you, I built the PC initially on the PC part picker site. And the only thing that gave me a yellow flag was the compatibility between the motherboard and the CPU. Anything else was a-okay, perfect. Well, I opened the compatibility list from the site of arctic.de, and lo and behold, there is a flag for this motherboard. I'm like, okay, starting to panic a bit, but maybe it's not that big of an issue. We have a workaround, so no problem. Let me show you guys what will happen. Let me turn this way. Maybe you can see it better. I will move the camera also, so no problem. The issue is I have massive heat sinks on the NVMe SSD slots, and after the bracket is installed for the CPU cooler and for the AO pump, when you install it, it would hit on it. So what would happen is when you try and install it, the CPU AO pump would hit on the heatsink of the SSD. So we don't want that. And I was like, uh-oh, what will I do now? But there is a workaround. The workaround actually is that they know of this issue, and we take out the heatsink for the SSDs. I currently won't use them because you saw I installed the first SSD here, the other one here, so we won't use this for now. We will take off the heatsink, and I will send the proof of payment or something that I have actually bought also this motherboard and their AO cooler. I will send the inquiry email to them, and they will send me a custom-made heatsink for this motherboard so that it would fit back onto it without hitting the AO pump. Cheers to them for having a workaround, thankfully. So I don't have to send the AO pump back and halt the whole build. So I am happy for that. And I managed to put some grease on that CPU. I will have to clean it down. Okay. Then let's proceed by unscrewing the heat sinks from the M.2 slots. It has 4 screws. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame because it was looking absolutely gorgeous here with this heatsink. I will show it to you now, guys. And it will look a bit open this way, but it's nothing that I can do about it at this point. So this is the heatsink that we're taking off, unfortunately. It's a big boy. It has some piping here also for cooling, for extra cooling. Unfortunately, we have to take it off. Who knows, maybe in the future I will get another AO pump and we can put this back on. I'll see. Who knows, maybe in the future I can upgrade to a ROG AO pump with a screen on it. We'll see. But for now, unfortunately, for me to continue with this build, I have to do this. Otherwise, I may have to wait, who knows, a few weeks before I get a replacement part, and I can't wait for that. Games are coming out. I have to get on and play them. Okay. Next step. We have the brackets here. These are the brackets provided by them for the AO pump or the CPU fan header cooler. We have a pack of spacers with screws. I believe these are the screws for the actual radiator that will go onto the case. That's for later. We have our MX7. Where is that camera? Here. These are the two brackets labeled right and left. Firstly, there are 4 spacers and 4 screws. Yes, the package is open because I just had to check beforehand to see if it is actually true that the AO pump would hit on the SSD coolers. Okay, there are these plastic spacers. These go over the mounting brackets that were in place. Then we take that one that goes on the right, labeled R. Of course, I'm going to screw something up. Okay. And I actually saw guys that only lightly screw these in and they finish screwing it in after also the pump is on it. The official Arctic site shows that they screw these on already and only the pump is tightened afterwards on it. So I don't know, I'm going to go with the official Arctic build and we'll see. So we put these screws in, we tighten them, we don't do an overkill. Now we have a bit more control of what we're doing. Just to be on the safe side, I would like to check if the screws are poking out or not out the other side. No, they are not poking out. If I can see that correctly. You see there? No, they're not poking out. Okay. We can proceed. So the right bracket is mounted. I believe I tightened it enough. It would have been nice if they would include a torque spec, just so we could torque it down correctly, but I'll go with feeling. Okay, this goes in. Start to tighten it down. No, you're not catching on to it. No. Okay, we're in business. I actually panicked a bit when I read that there will be clearance issues. It was weird because the PC part picker site didn't say anything, so I was like, okay, we're on track. And I hope now that I'm looking at the power supply unit as well that I hope it will fit in the case, but we will get there. We will make it fit if it won't fit. Nevertheless, my hand is shaky. I'm terrified of this build actually. It makes me so happy, but I'm also terrified. Come on, screwdriver, what's up with you? Really? You're acting up now too? You're feeling the pressure also, eh? Okay, so these brackets are mounted. Let us do a fitment check just to be sure that everything is on point. At this point, we want to take our time. So that goes over there. Nice, okay, so that will fit in there nicely. Okay. So weird that in my opinion, it doesn't cover the whole CPU. It's weird that the brackets mount there. From my point of view, they are offset, which is very, very weird. I hope it's not an issue actually, and they messed up something about the mounting points. Otherwise, I would turn it around and then the heat sinks would also fit in. In the package of the Arctic Pro, we have two sets of cables. We have one all-in-one cable. This one plugs into the AO pump and that onto the motherboard. Or we have a separate connector that has VRM cable, fan cable, and pump cable. And this one plugs into the AO pump. I went with this cable. I'm going to go with this cable just for future proofing it and in the future to have more control over fan curves, the pump, etc. So we are going to use this cable. First, we are going to plug this cable then into the pump. The AO pump has a connector here. This is where we are going to plug in our cable. Theoretically, this goes in only one way. I have to see which way actually. I wonder if I'll mess it up, but I think this way. Yep, it has a few cutouts. So it goes in this way. We will push this in. Nice and easy. Okay, contact. We have contact. That's in there. And then there is this nice little cutout here. Where we are going to thread the cables through. Okay, so these are here, seated in properly. Pushing it down just to make sure again that it is seated in properly. So we are done with the cable part. And there's an extra cable here. This is the ARGB cable that will also be plugging it into the motherboard. The fan setup, the fan setup on the pump or on the radiator, as you can see, has all the cables. They are already connected and they are routed through this tube here in this braiding. It's exactly underneath my finger. I can sense it. I can feel it. So they are routed here and they connect into the AO pump, so no need to connect them elsewhere. They will all get connected in together. Okay, let's move this to the side a bit. Now we will apply the thermal paste. I saw that, as I told you, I'm inspired by Ed from TechSource, that he applies on the top and then uses a spatula to bring down the material. I don't have a spatula on me, but I don't know if I should do that or I should go with the P method, not peeing as in the PEA method, as in a P size, or go with what Arctic recommend. They recommend putting on an X pattern. So just to be sure with what I'm doing here, I'm going to go with Arctic's version and put on an X pattern. And we'll see how we'll go with that. So we are going to go in an X pattern here. I do not know how much material I should push out from here. Let's put also a little dab here, just to be sure we don't leave any uncovered space. I don't know if we should use the whole paste or not. I have no idea. Now the next step, one very important step, is that we don't forget to peel off the protective cover of the heatsink. A lot of people do, and that's why their CPU is not cooled. Okay, now another scary part, the moment of truth, or another truth, is that we mount the AO. We are going to try and place it somehow. I should raise up the cover more, or the cover, okay, so this way, and now we go down gently. Let's pull out the cables out the way, and we go down gently and we align it with the hole. Let's see that if it catches in. Nope, it didn't catch in yet. Or come on. Yep, that's seated there. And I think this is seated in here or not. Let us check. And we are going to start tightening it down one by one. So we go in one turn at a time. Does this? Nope, this didn't went in. Why didn't you go in? Houston, we have a problem. One of my screws is not catching on. Shit. And I picked up the whole paste. Damn it. This is the part I was also dreading. Why isn't this screw catching on to the bracket? Now I believe we have contact. Let me see. Yep, that's it. Two. Whoop, it's out. Nope. Why isn't this screw tightening? Shit. Yep, we're in a bit of a pickle. So maybe that's why we don't have to tighten the bracket first. So we have a bit of overflow, a bit of overspill here. Damn it. We have a bit of issue. I'm going to apply a bit more paste over here because there's a corner that is left without paste now. And we are going to loosen the other plates a bit. So they're a bit loose. Well, maybe it differs from motherboard to motherboard. Maybe that's the issue. A slight offset here, slight offset there, and it creates issues instantly. Let's see, will you grab onto it now or not? I think now it grabbed onto it. 2, 3, yep. I think we're, yep, 3. And now let's tighten these also. Let's go in a cross platform first. 1. I don't have any access to the other screw now. Damn it. Now this isn't good at all. Again. Fudge. Oh, how I hate this. There's an issue with this screwdriver. It keeps on going over on itself. Okay, so I grabbed another screwdriver pack. Let's see if this is any better. Okay, this is tight. This is tight. Let's tighten this. Okay. Hopefully. And now we're tightening one by one. One turn here, one turn there. One turn here, one turn there. Do you catch my flow? So that it's even. The upper plate here acts like a spring because I see it tightening. Let me also pick another screwdriver. Because it seems I have an issue with screwdrivers now. And it's not the best moment to have problems. One. I have no idea how tight this has to be honest. I have no idea. Okay, this is tight. The left one. And the right one is also tight. Now we have to peel this off. There's a sticker here. Let me just, yep. I actually found out that this is where the VRM fan connects to. This is where it gets its connection from. I'm going to route these cables somehow underneath here and underneath this VRM heatsink. just to create a clean build, or as much as clean as possible. Let's route it here. Which is the next cable? Now these other two are going to come here and somehow pull it underneath this VRM heatsink and beside our first RAM slot, which we are not going to use since we are not installing any more RAMs. What I would like to get my hand on is a dummy kit that is like the Kingston Fury one that I have, so that it doesn't have this open space left here. Okay, so that goes over here for now. I bet I will move them when we install it into the case, but for now we will leave it here somehow. We'll see. Maybe we will move them over somewhere else. Maybe we'll route them through here. We'll see. Okay, now we are going to plug in the cables. My motherboard has a protective cover on these connectors. Just a rubber sleeve. We're going to pull these first three down because I don't know if you can see. This is the part I'm showing. We have the CPU fan, CPU OPT, and AO pump. That's the three that we are going to use. And this connector for the ARGB, that is this one here. Okay, so we will plug in the ARGB one. It has 3 holes in it, and we are going to align them correctly and without bending anything we will plug it in. Hopefully I did it okay and I didn't bend anything. Okay, that's in. Then we use our pump connector and we are going to connect it into the third port, which is this one. This is for the pump. That's in. Looks snug, or snug enough. Then we take our VRM connector, we put it into the second one. I'm going to use the CPU OPT port just for it to have the same speed as the CPU fan, so that they run the same. And the fan connector, we are putting it into the most important slot, the CPU fan slot. If I can find the hole. Click. Okay, everything is in, everything looks in. So as I told you, first CPU fan, that's the most important, then the VRM one, then the pump, and the ARGB is connected. I had to do a bit of studying just to figure out what should I use and where should I put, but I think we're in the clear. Okay, next step, we are going to install the graphics card. Mind it, this is only for the test bench setup so that we can hook it up to the TV and see if it boots into BIOS. If it boots into BIOS, we are in the green and we can start mounting it into the case and finish this bad boy. Look at this beauty here. Look at this beauty. Damn, I got tingly fingers now. I'm holding this in my hand. Oh my god, it is actually beautiful. Let's open this big boy up. Let me just turn it over so you guys can see it better. It has a cover on it. Let me do this again without the cover, okay? So once again, for you guys, what a beauty. Okay, let's see what do we have here. Oh, the connector cable, just in case we have to use this. We'll see what kind of cable we got with the power supply unit. Maybe we have, theoretically we should have a cable in it that's good for this, so maybe we won't need to use this, because it would be an ugly setup having to have this come out of the GPU and plug 3 cables into it. This is the Razer, I believe, the GPU spacer or Razer, what will help us level it out. Oh yes, ooh, oh my god, look at this. Oh, this is actually so nice, so satisfying. And let's see, the star of the show. Come on, you don't want to come out and play? Oh my god, the last GPU I held in my hand that I put in my last PC that I built 10 years ago, some papers, was, I believe, half of this, half size of this. Let's use this in case. This is the anti-static bag. I'm going to place it down very gently because I don't want to break it or anything. I don't have an anti-static table or anything like that, so just to be sure and safe, let me go touch something metal, because I don't want anything to happen to the GPU. So let me just touch anything metal so I'm okay. I'm discharged of static electricity. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow, guys. This just looks awesome. Ooh, and we have a lot of stickers to peel off. Yes. Oh yes, we have one HDMI port and 3 display ports. We have stickers all around. Yep, we have stickers all around. That's the connector over there. And we have silent and gaming. I believe we will have to set it up to gaming. You see that little there? Silent and gaming. We will have to set it up for gaming because we don't want any silent mode. We want max cooling. Okay. This is a thing of beauty. Don't want to touch it too much. Let's peel stuff off of it and then plug it into the motherboard. So satisfying. Oh my god, this is so satisfying. Look at that beauty. Just look at that dragon shining. Oh my god. Hopefully I don't leave any finger marks on it. There's the other port tab. Where is the port tab on it? Let's go from here. It feels beefy, it feels heavy duty. I know it's not an Astro to be that huge, but still it feels beefy. Oh my god. Oh my god. I've dreamt of this, guys, for years on. Now take in the beauty. Excellent. Just excellent. I'm so happy for this, guys. Okay, let's plug it into the motherboard. Next step, putting this bad boy in. So we don't forget to take off the cover of the PCI port. And also we can take out the rear HDMI cover, so we don't force it after we installed it. This is another nerve-wracking part for me. Let's see how we will put it in. Theoretically we should align it. Wait. I have to push the motherboard to the side of the box so that it clears the rear mounting bracket of the GPU now. So theoretically we should just put it here, slide it in, hoping we don't break anything. It makes weird noises. This is so nerve-wracking for me. Why doesn't it go in? Oh shit, it's in. It's in, but it's not sitting perfectly straight. I hope it's not putting any strain on the PCI connector. I put a spacer underneath it just to keep it a bit straight until we do our first test boot up. I actually do not know if it's 100% seated in. It looks straight. If I look at the HDMI writing and the PCI lane, the HDMI writing on it looks straight. Plug in the power supply unit and plug in a few cables, plus the HDMI cable, hook it up to the TV, crossing our fingers, and hopefully we don't blow up the house. Okay, so it says here that it's NVIDIA 50 series ready, so it surely will be ready. We have one ATX 24-pin cable, two EPS cables, four PCI 8-pin cables, one 12 volt 2x6 cable, three SATA cables, and 2x PATA cables. But I don't think we'll need those. Yeah, let's see where this opens. It's also ATX 3.1 ready, so PCI Express 5.1 with the 12 volt 2x6 pin. Oh, nice. Okay, don't forget to view the manual. It's fairly simple. Okay, this is the part of the cables. Safety and compliance information, we don't need that, of course. Let's get all this stuff out of the way. This is the power supply. And here are all the bunch of cables. We can throw these back into the box. Also this, and we can get it out of the way. I bet these are the screws, or maybe zip ties. I'm not sure. Let's open it, see what's in here. I'm curious. Yep, zip ties. The main cable. Here are all the other bunch of cables that we'll be getting into when we are building the PC. Let's get them out of the way for now. For PSU, this has to be the screw set, and also the, I don't know what's this called, the stuff that keeps the humidity out of the box. We don't need this. Yep, and here's our beautiful little power supply. Let's cut this. Aha! So I do use my trusty little pocket knife. Hoping I didn't manage to damage the power supply unit. Oh, warning sticker. Beautiful Corsair PSU. Looking good. Looking good. And here are all the connectors, as you can see. So we have the motherboard connector, that 12 volt 2x6 connector that will be for the graphics card, our CPU and PCI Express ports, and for the SATA cables. Nice. Let's mount this baby. I have here the power supply unit. This is the power supply unit, and now we are going to start plugging in cables. I have the provided cables by the power supply. This is a modular power supply, as you can see. First, we are going to plug in the motherboard connector into the power supply. This is a, how many pins? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's an 18 pin connector that goes in here, if I am correct. Did I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, but 2 are empty, so it's theoretically a 16 pin connector. Yep, theoretically. Okay, so this goes in here. We plug it in here. I hate how hard these go in, and I'm always afraid that I'm going to break something. Come on. This is actually nerve-wracking, or at least for me. Okay, go in, it clicked in. This is in. We have another connector that goes in besides it. That connects in there. And this will be our big connector that goes into the motherboard, the 24-pin connector. Let me pull things aside a bit so that I have enough space to mount this here. Let's push everything together. Okay, now we have a bit of space here. Now those cables are plugged in there. We are going to take now this 24-pin connector and plug it into our motherboard here. We check it out to see if it's seated. It's seated okay. Then another connector is the CPU cable. My motherboard has 2 CPU motherboard connectors. For now, I'm going to plug in only one for testing, but maybe I will plug in the second one when we put it into the case. That will be only for future if I want to overclock the CPU or anything like that. Right now, we only plug in one. The CPU labeled connector goes into the first slot here. That is plugged into the first plug-in there. And the other end goes into the motherboard where it says CPU PCI Express ports. We are going to plug it into the first port. It has to be in this area. It has to be plugged into this area, not this, and not into the SATA parts. So this goes in there. Okay. Then, since this power supply unit is fairly new one, we have a connector that we can use for our graphics card. So we don't have to use that triple connector that they gave us. We can use the power supply cable that came with the Corsair power supply. I believe we'll connect, let's see, We will connect the PCI Express 1, labeled 1. We will connect it into the motherboard. The power supply unit. Okay, so we will connect it in here. That clicked in. Worst case scenario, the graphics card doesn't power on, so theoretically we shouldn't mess up anything. That's the worst case scenario. It doesn't power on. And now we connect it into the graphics card. I will hold it slightly gently because these cables go in so tight. It's terrifying for me actually. Come on, click in already. I just hate this. Okay, it clicked in, I believe. I finally decided into plugging in the other CPU cable as well. So I'm going to plug it in also for testing purposes. So we are all hooked up for now. The CPU motherboard connector, the main motherboard connector, the AO, as you know, it's all hooked up. The GPU is hooked up. Everything is in the power supply unit. All we have to do now is hook up the power supply unit with its main cable and plug it in, plug the HDMI cable into the HDMI port on the GPU, and we will boot it up and hopefully everything is okay. Okay, so everything is plugged in, power supply is plugged in, it's turned on, and now I'm going to ask my girlfriend to do the honors of starting up the PC. I'm also going to film it with my phone just to have a heads-up view. Fingers crossed, and let's see if everything... Okay, everything turned on. I heard the water in the pump. The fans are spinning. CPU cooler is spinning. Graphics card is spinning. Now we wait for it to turn on. Yeah! iOS is updating. Do not shut down or reset the system. Okay, so we have image. That means it's working, but let's keep our fingers crossed that everything goes as planned. It will shut down and restart a few times. I heard that on other builds it does it at least 9 times, some 7 times. We'll see how many times R does it, but we don't mind, even if it does it 10 times, just for it to work. We're in the good. Here's our BIOS. We can see everything there. Our CPU temp. Fan control. CPU fan is running. CPU OPT is running. That is for the VRM heatsink. AO pump is running. NVMEs are up. The 1 GB, the 4 GB, everything is there. It recognizes the 2 RAM slots, as you can see there, the Kingston. Let me bring this up closer. Don't mind the mess in the room. It is what it is for now. Nice. So, theoretically, we are in the good. We can shut it off, take out the GPU, pull out the cables, and start assembling the case. We are going to switch out the fans in the case. Yeah, put everything in it. Thank God it works.